Manipulators resist conversations about the relationship, about defining it or redefining it or getting it healthy. They tend to resist discussing its terms, its boundaries. If it's parent and child, the resistance is in meeting that child as an actual adult and wanting to treat them as a perpetual child all the days of their lives, just so that the manipulative parent stays in the power position. It's too vulnerable to not be in that power position and to build a more equal, respecting adult relationship with an adult child, which is what happens over time in healthier family dynamics. When a manipulator won't discuss the terms of a relationship, the bounds of it, this goes for a boss too. Bosses that are calling you at 11 o'clock at night, they don't want you mentioning boundaries. They're pushing yours. This feels unsettling. It feels unsafe. It feels confusing. It feels one-sided. Feels like a power differential because it is. And you finding your power is important. Confusion is a big part for a highly sensitive person that is being manipulated. Confusion is one of the main dishes served in the house of narcissism, y'all. Highly sensitive people spend so much time and energy being confused. In fact, psychologically, they prefer confusion. When I look back at both of my dysfunctional marriages before I married Chris, I spent so much time and energy being confused because the truth was, if I stopped being confused, I had to make a change. I had to deal with what actually was. And I can see now, in ways that I couldn't back then, that I kept choosing it. It certainly didn't feel like a choice, but I kept choosing confusion. I'm confused. He's going to therapy with me, but he doesn't seem to be getting anything out of it. None of what we talk about in the therapy appointments seems to happen in our lives. What is going on? This is so confusing. It's not really. And I've had this conversation with thousands of people now in my career. I look people in the eye and I say, but you're not confused. You know. Tell me what you know. In those moments, I can see the mental wheels turning. And when someone finally says aloud, this isn't working, something's wrong here, then we deal with reality and we make changes. It's very important for highly sensitive people to understand their relationship with confusion. If you had a parent that had bad behavior, and I know that's very general, I mean that generally right now, what's likely is that whenever that bad behavior, whatever flavor of bad behavior that was happening when you were little, you couldn't do anything about it except have a bunch of confusing thoughts, because it's very confusing for a small child to have a parent that's dysregulated. So I had to admit to myself that I had such a familiarity with confusion that I was going into confusion instead of going into self-respect and trusting that if I am that confused, something's wrong. Comment with the number 323 to get a link to the full episode. Remember to find Emotional Badass wherever you get your podcasts. Make sure to hit that subscribe and follow button to get more videos like this in your feed.